Scene opens with dramatic news graphics. A split screen shows Aliyah Boston speaking to reporters, Stephanie White at a press conference, and Caitlin Clark fans reacting on social media. Text flashes, Boston speaks. Fans stunned. The narrative shatters. The Indiana Fever locker room just sent a message. And it has Caitlin Clark fans absolutely stunned. Aliyah Boston, the Fever's all-star center and Clark's closest teammate, has publicly sided with Stephanie White amid the growing controversy over Clark's minutes restriction. Fans have been furious. They've accused White of sabotaging Clark, limiting her minutes intentionally, and favoring Kelsey Mitchell. But Boston isn't having it. She's come out in full support of her coach, and her words are cutting through the noise like a knife. She has our backs. Always. And we have hers. Boston knows the plan. She understands the flip-flop strategy. She's living it herself, missing games, managing minutes, and trusting the process. And she's asking the fans to do the same. But will they listen? Or will the conspiracy theories continue to spiral? Yanni, Aliyah Boston just picked a side. And it's not the side the fans expected. The controversy that won't die. Scene opens with Caitlin Clark sitting on the bench during the Sparks game, an exercise bike behind her. She's frustrated. Her teammates look confused. The camera zooms in on her face as she answers a question about her minutes. The drama started with a single quote. Caitlin Clark returned from a back injury on Wednesday against the Los Angeles Sparks, but she played just 16 minutes. And she was already ruled out for Thursday's game before she even stepped on the floor. When asked who made the minutes restriction decision, Clark said, "It was not my decision. That was somebody else's decision." That quote was enough to send fans into a frenzy. Accusations flooded social media. Some fans accused Stephanie White of destroying Clark's career. Others claimed the coaching staff was intentionally limiting her to boost Kelsey Mitchell's stats. 2 minutes into the third quarter, back to the bench already. Oh my God, why even play her like this? Should have never played her. This coaching staff exists to destroy her, one fan wrote. Looks healthy to me, but Stephanie White thinks otherwise. Spare me the she's injured talks because this has been a thing, another added. But the truth, the medical reality, was far more complicated. The real plan, why Clark and Boston are flip-flopping. Scene opens with Stephanie White at a press conference. She's explaining the flip-flop plan with calm precision. The camera zooms in as she delivers the key lines. Stephanie White never wavered. She announced before the Sparks game that Clark would be active, but Boston would not. And then they would flip-flop. Boston would play Thursday against the Mercury, and Clark would sit. The reasoning? Long-term health. Again, what's in the best long-term interest of our players? White said. Not just short-term, in the game-to-game outlook, but what's in the best long-term interest in a season and in a career? Both Clark and Boston are dealing with lingering injuries. Clark has been managing a back issue all season. Boston suffered a lower leg injury in February while playing in Unrivaled and has been managing it ever since. The flip-flop plan ensures neither star plays both games of a back-to-back, reducing the risk of re-injury and keeping both fresh for the playoff push. Clark herself confirmed the plan. It's tough to come back on a back-to-back, so I won't be available tomorrow solely because of just minute restriction and my progression back. But for some fans, the explanation wasn't enough. Aliyah Boston speaks, she has our backs. Scene opens with Aliyah Boston at a press conference. She's calm, confident, and direct. The camera zooms in as she delivers her message. Aliyah Boston has heard the criticism. She's seen the accusations. She's read the tweets. She knows that fans are questioning Stephanie White's intentions. And she's had enough. Boston has publicly sided with her coach. She's made it clear that the team is unified, that the plan is sound, and that everyone is working toward the same goal. She has our backs. Always. And we have hers. Boston understands the plan because she's living it. She missed Wednesday's game against the Sparks due to her leg injury and was expected to return Thursday against the Mercury. She's been managing her injury all season. She knows the frustration of being sidelined. But she also knows that White is protecting her, and Clark. The two stars have a bond that goes beyond basketball. White has described them as the bookends of the franchise, the point guard and the center to build around. She's made building trust with Clark, Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell her top priority. And Boston is returning that trust. Her public support of White is a direct rebuke to the conspiracy theorists who claim there's tension in the locker room. Why Boston's support matters. Scene opens with a montage of Boston and Clark on the court together, pick and rolls, celebrations, hugs. The chemistry is undeniable. The camera lingers on their connection. Aliyah Boston's support of Stephanie White isn't just a nice quote. It's a statement. Because Boston and Clark have one of the strongest connections on the team. Their pick and roll is the foundation of Indiana's offense. They talk constantly on and off the court. They trust each other implicitly. If Boston believes White is doing the right thing, that carries weight. And she's not just saying it for show. She's living it. She's sacrificing her own playing time, resting when she wants to play, trusting the process even when it's frustrating. Anytime you've missed a couple of weeks, it's going to take some time to get acclimated, White explained about Clark's minutes restriction. I think it's going to take some time to build endurance. You haven't really been able to practice all that much either. And the pressure Clark faces? It's relentless. They pressure her 94 feet, White said. So, again, you've got to make sure that you're able to withstand some of that. Playing through that pressure requires elite conditioning, the kind that takes time to rebuild after an injury. Boston understands that. She's been through it herself. And she's asking the fans to understand it too. What this means for the Fever, unity or division. Scene opens with a wide shot of the Fever practicing. Clark and Boston are working together. White is watching. The chemistry is visible. Text appears, together or not at all. So where does this leave the Fever? Aliyah Boston's public support of Stephanie White has drawn a line in the sand. The team is united. The players trust their coach. They understand the plan. They're willing to sacrifice short-term stats for long-term success. The fans are divided. Some will never be satisfied with White's decisions. Others are starting to come around, realizing that the Fever are protecting their future, not sabotaging their present. The narrative is shifting. Boston's words have given White a powerful ally. When the team's second biggest star publicly defends the coach, the conspiracy theories lose some of their steam. But the scrutiny isn't going away. Clark's minutes will continue to be analyzed. Every substitution will be questioned. Every loss will spark new accusations. White knows this. She's coaching one of the most scrutinized players in sports history. Every decision will be magnified. But if Boston's support is any indication, the locker room is solid. And in the end, that might be all that matters.